God says, I will never talk to you if you skip God now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying hard to save you from a huge danger. It's very important for you to listen this now. If you feel something pulling you to stay, do not ignore it because this is not random and this is not small. I am speaking to you directly because what is ahead of you can be avoided but only if you listen right now and take this seriously. You are closer to a turning point than you realize, and skipping this could cost you something you cannot easily recover. I am not here to scare you without reason. I am here because I see what you do not see and I know what is approaching. Stay with me for these moments because what I am about to reveal can protect you from something that would shake your life deeply. Type Amen if you believe. I am telling you clearly that the warning in this moment is not symbolic. It is real and it is urgent. There is a situation forming around you that carries weight. Something that could bring confusion, loss or pain if you walk into it without awareness. You have been distracted and that distraction has made you less alert to what is happening beneath the surface of your life. I have been trying to get your attention in quiet ways through small signs and feelings, but you kept brushing them aside. That is why I am speaking louder now, because time is narrowing and your response matters more than ever. There is a reason your heart feels unsettled even when everything looks normal on the outside. That uneasiness is not weakness. It is a signal that something needs your attention. I placed that awareness inside you so you would not walk blindly into danger. But you have been questioning it instead of trusting it. The tragedy I am warning you about is not something that suddenly appears without cause. It builds slowly through small decisions and ignored warnings. You are standing at a point where one choice can move you away from harm or closer to it. Before you go any further, pause for a moment and show your support by liking this video, because this simple act helps this reach someone else who may also need protection right now. I need you to understand that I am not distant from your life. I am present in every detail, even the ones you think are too small to matter. I see the people around you, the paths you are considering, and the moments where you hesitate. Some of those paths are safe, but some carry consequences that you cannot fully see yet. You have been leaning towards something or someone that feels right on the surface, but beneath it there is instability. That instability is where the danger lies. And if you continue without caution, it can grow into something much heavier. You are not being warned because you are weak. You are being warned because you are chosen and protected. I do not leave those I care for without guidance, especially when something serious is forming. I know your future and I know the peace and strength that is meant for you, which is why I refuse to stay silent. Ignoring this moment would not stop what is coming. It would only remove your chance to avoid it. Listening now gives you power, awareness, and the ability to step away before it becomes too late. Type yes to affirm. There are patterns in your life that have been repeating and you have noticed them but never fully addressed them. These patterns are not accidents. They are signals pointing to something deeper that needs correction. If they continue, they can lead you into a situation that feels overwhelming and hard to escape. I am asking you to slow down and look closely at what you have been accepting as normal. Not everything that feels familiar is safe and not everything that looks harmless is without consequence. You may feel like you have more time, but that is where many make their mistake. Time is not always as open as it seems. And moments like this are given to shift direction before something irreversible happens. I am not asking you to panic. I am asking you to become aware and intentional. There is a difference between living carelessly and living with guidance. And right now you are being called to choose guidance. That choice can protect not only you but also the people connected to your life. I see your struggles and I see the weight you carry. And I know that sometimes you feel tired of thinking so deeply about everything. You want peace. You want ease and you want to move forward without fear. That desire is valid. But true peace comes from alignment, not avoidance. When you ignore warnings, you create more struggle later, even if it feels easier in the moment. I am guiding you toward a Path where you can have peace without regret. But it requires you to listen now and act with wisdom. There is something specific you need to step away from even if it feels difficult or confusing. It may be a person, a habit, or a decision that you have been delaying. You already feel the discomfort when you think about it, and that discomfort is your signal. Do not wait for a bigger sign, because this is already the sign you asked for. Choosing to act now can quietly remove the danger before it ever fully reaches you. I am not here to take anything good away from you. I am here to protect what is truly meant for you. Sometimes protection feels like loss at first because you are being pulled away from something you thought you wanted, but later you will see that it was not meant to stay in your life. Trusting me in this moment will lead you into something stronger, something safer, and something that aligns with your true purpose. Ignoring me will only keep you in a place where risk continues to grow. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. What you are facing is not just one single moment. It is a chain of events that can unfold if you keep moving in the same direction without awareness. I need you to slow your thoughts and truly listen, because the next steps you take will either protect you or expose you. You are not alone in this. But you must cooperate with what I am showing you now. There is a connection in your life that feels important. Something that seems to bring comfort or opportunity. On the surface, it may even look like a blessing, and that is why it has been difficult for you to question it. But I see deeper than what is visible, and I know that not everything attached to it is safe for you. There are hidden intentions, unstable foundations, or outcomes that will not bring you peace. If you continue without discernment, this connection can become the doorway through which the warning I gave you begins to unfold. Type 222. If you trust God, you must begin to pay attention to how you feel when you are around certain people or situations. That quiet discomfort you try to ignore is not there by accident. It is a form of protection placed inside you. When something is right for you, it brings clarity and peace even in difficulty. But when something carries hidden risk, it brings confusion, heaviness, and subtle tension. You have been feeling these signs, yet you have been convincing yourself to overlook them because you do not want to lose what feels familiar. I am asking you to stop ignoring what your spirit has been trying to tell you. The tragedy I warned you about is not always loud at the beginning. It often starts quietly and grows over time. It can begin with a wrong decision, a misplaced trust, or a moment where you choose comfort over truth. Each step may seem small, but together they lead to something much bigger. You are still at the stage where you can step back and prevent it completely. There is also something in your habits that needs your attention. It may not seem serious, but it is slowly shaping your path in ways you have not fully realized. Small actions repeated over time can either build strength or create weakness. Right now, there is a pattern that is pulling you away from clarity and discipline. If it continues, it can leave you unprepared for a moment where strength and awareness are required. Type 777 to receive blessings. I am not bringing this to you to overwhelm you but to awaken you. Awareness is your protection. And once you see clearly, you can choose differently. You are not trapped in any path even if it feels like you have already gone too far. Every moment gives you a new opportunity to change direction. What matters is not where you have been but what you decide from this point forward. You have been asking for guidance. Even if you did not say it out loud in your quiet thoughts, in your moments of uncertainty, you have been searching for direction. This is your answer. Even if it feels intense, I am not going to give you soft words when something serious is approaching because that would not help you. I am giving you truth because truth is what protects and strengthens you. There is something ahead that would test your stability. If you continue as you are, it could affect your peace, your relationships, or something you value deeply. It is not meant for you to experience that level of loss or confusion. That is why I am intervening now before it fully forms. You are being given a chance to avoid something that many only realize after it has already affected them. I need you to take a step back from anything that feels uncertain or forced. Do not rush into decisions and do not let anyone pressure you into something you are not fully at peace with. You are allowed to pause, to think, and to choose carefully. Rushing is often where mistakes are made, especially when emotions are involved. Slowing down will give you clarity that you cannot find in a hurried state. There is also a need for you to reconnect with your inner strength. You have been relying too much on external validation or reassurance. While it is natural to seek support, your true guidance comes from within, where I speak to you quietly. When you become still, you will notice that the answers are already present. You just need to trust them instead of doubting them. You are stronger than you think. Even if recent experiences have made you question yourself. Strength does not always feel loud or powerful. Sometimes it feels like quiet endurance. It feels like choosing what is right even when it is not easy. It feels like stepping away from something you wanted because you know it is not good for you. That kind of strength is what will protect you. Now, do not be afraid of letting go of what does not align with your peace. It may feel like loss at first, but it is actually protection. Holding on to something that carries risk will only bring more pain later. Releasing it now creates space for something better to enter your life. Something that is stable, safe, and truly meant for you. I am guiding you toward that better path. But you must meet me halfway. You must be willing to act on what you are being shown. Listening without action will not change your direction. It is your choices that will determine what happens next. And right now you have the opportunity to choose wisely. There is no need to be afraid because I am with you in this. This warning is a form of care, not a sign of abandonment. I am not leaving you to figure this out alone. I am speaking, guiding, and protecting you at the same time. But you must stay aware and responsive to what is being revealed. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The danger I spoke of is not fixed. It shifts based on your choices, and that means you still have power over what happens next. But power without awareness leads to mistakes, and that is what I am preventing right now. Stay focused, because what you do after hearing this will shape what unfolds in your life. There is a tendency in you to delay what you know you should do. You tell yourself you will handle it later, or that things will settle on their own. But that delay has been working against you. What you postpone today can become the very thing that grows into tomorrow's problem. I am asking you to break that pattern now, because the situation you are facing cannot be ignored without consequence. Acting with clarity now will save you from regret later. Type 1010 to claim miracles. There is also something about your environment that needs attention. It may be where you spend your time or the atmosphere you allow around you. Energy matters more than you realize, and being in the wrong environment can slowly influence your thoughts and decisions. You may not notice the change at first, but over time it shapes how you see things and how you respond. Right now there is an influence around you that is not supporting your growth or your safety. You have felt moments where you questioned whether you truly belong in certain spaces or situations. That feeling was not insecurity. It was awareness. You are being guided to step into places that bring clarity and strength, not confusion and doubt. Remaining where you feel unsettled will only keep you in a state of uncertainty. Moving away from it may feel uncomfortable, but it will lead you toward stability. There is also a need For you to protect your decisions from outside pressure. Not everyone around you understands what is right for you, even if they believe they do. Some advice you receive may come from good intentions but still lead you in the wrong direction. You must learn to filter what you accept and what you release. Listening to every voice without discernment will only create confusion. Type 333. If you believe in divine protection, I am guiding you to trust your inner knowing more than external noise. That quiet sense within you is where I speak most clearly. It does not shout, it does not force, but it remains steady and consistent. When something is not right, it gives you a signal even if you cannot fully explain it. Ignoring that signal has been part of what brought you to this warning. You must also pay attention to your emotional responses. When something brings sudden stress, pressure, or urgency, it is often a sign to pause, not to rush. Decisions made in emotional intensity are rarely aligned with clarity. I want you to create space between your emotions and your actions. That space will allow you to choose wisely instead of reacting impulsively. There is a moment approaching where you will be tempted to make a quick decision. It may feel like an opportunity or a solution, but it will require you to act without full understanding. That is the moment you must be careful. Not everything that appears urgent is important and not everything that seems beneficial is safe. Taking a step back in that moment will protect you from stepping into something harmful. You have been given this awareness ahead of time. So you would recognize that moment when it arrives. You will feel a sense of familiarity as if you have already been warned. That feeling will be your confirmation to slow down and reconsider. Do not ignore it because it is your protection in action. Acting differently in that moment will change the entire outcome. I also need you to understand that letting go of something now may prevent a greater loss later. You may be holding on to something because you have invested time, effort, or emotion into it, but not everything you invest in is meant to stay. Sometimes the right decision is to walk away even when it feels difficult. Holding on out of fear or attachment can lead you into deeper trouble. You are not being asked to give up something good. You are being guided away from something that will not serve you. Trust that what is meant for you will not require you to ignore your peace. What is truly right for you will align with clarity, not confusion. You will not need to force it and it will not leave you feeling uncertain. There is also something within you that needs strengthening. You have been doubting your ability to make the right choices and that doubt has made you more dependent on others, but you are capable of discerning what is right for you. You have been given the ability to sense, to think, and to choose wisely. Rebuilding that trust in yourself is part of your protection. I am not speaking to you like this to create fear but to build awareness and strength. Fear can paralyze but awareness empowers. I want you to feel equipped, not overwhelmed. Everything I am telling you is meant to help you move forward with clarity and confidence. You are being prepared, not punished. There is a specific kind of pressure that is going to come toward you. It will not look like danger at first, and that is why it is important to recognize it now. It will feel like urgency, like something must be decided quickly or something will be lost. This is where many make their mistake because they confuse urgency with importance. I am telling you now that you must not let urgency control your actions because that is where the hidden risk begins to take shape. Type 1:12:12 if you trust in Jesus. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money-attracting brain waves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners, but this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. When that pressure comes, you must pause even if everything around you is pushing you to move fast. That pause will feel uncomfortable, but it will give you clarity that cannot be found in a rushed decision. You will begin to see details that you would have otherwise missed. You will feel the difference between what is right and what only appears right. That moment of stillness will protect you more than any quick reaction ever could. There is also something about trust that you need to correct within yourself. You have been placing trust in places where it has not been fully earned. Not everyone who speaks confidently is right for you to follow. Not every opportunity that looks good is meant for you to accept. You must begin to measure trust not by appearance but by consistency, peace, and truth. Type 1:1:1. If you walk by faith, I want you to look closely at the way you respond when you feel uncertain. You often try to resolve that uncertainty quickly because sitting in it feels uncomfortable. But uncertainty is not always something to escape. Sometimes it is something to understand. When you take time to sit with it, you begin to see what is really there. You begin to notice the small signs that guide you toward the right decision. The tragedy I warned you about is connected to a moment where you might choose to ignore that uncertainty and act anyway. That is the moment that holds the greatest risk. Acting without clarity can lead you into something that affects your peace, your stability, and your direction. But choosing to wait, to observe, and to understand can completely change that outcome. You are not being asked to live in fear. You are